Here's a single shot from a TV ad we created.
They understood my unique challenges and the laws in place to protect me.
Looks pretty simple, right? Well, I think you'd be surprised by the amount of work that went on behind the scenes to get this shot. In this video, I'm gonna walk through everything that had to happen to bring this shot to life. And for today's purposes, we are going to skip the entire concept development phase, including the client discovery and actual writing of the ad, shot list, and script. So here is almost everything that went into getting this 4.5-second shot. Step 1, once our concept was locked in, we needed to cast our actor and find our location. We found our actor for this scene through a local casting agency called Full Spectrum Talent, and after reviewing a number of candidates, we made our selection. We knew that our talent was going to be playing the role of a busy mother, so we wanted to find a natural-looking living room space that would feel homey and familiar. We scoured local Airbnbs and our personal networks and visited several spaces to find the right fit. The scene called for our actor to be performing some household chores and stumbling over some of her kids' toys and mess that they'd left around, which leads us right to our next step, set decoration and props. Here's what the room looked like before we got there. And here's our final shot again after we redressed the set. If you look closely at this frame, you'll notice that we swapped out the modern abstract painting in the corner for something more neutral and less distracting. We added a lamp in the left corner for a nice little splash of warm light, stacked a group of pillows to fill in some empty space, dressed the table with books, a coffee mug, and a Nintendo Switch to give the feeling that her kids were there, placed plants on either side of the couch. We propped up the sofa on risers to make sure that the couch cushions were flush with the table, brought a laundry hamper and fake laundry. If you notice the way the unfolded shirt is laying on the back of the couch, that is intentionally placed there to make sure that the scene feels natural and lived in. We placed a stuffed elephant on the chair on the right side and placed it gently in the foreground to add some depth to the image. And finally, one of my favorite touches, the old school soccer ball, which is way harder to find than you might think. We had to actually buy one at a Dollarama in Toronto and fly it all the way to Halifax for the shoot.
3, 2, 1, roll, action.
And in addition to all of that, we had to light the scene. In our creative planning phase, Gavin sourced a beautiful reference image for the mood and look that we wanted to recreate, and then began drafting up some lighting diagrams. We also secured a generator and an extremely powerful light so we could blast artificial light from outdoors in through a window. In order to build on the dramatic theme we'd created with the lighting, Gav made the decision to use a Dana dolly, which is basically a small train track for your camera to travel along so that you can capture the same silky smooth movement over and over. This allowed us to shoot consistent movements throughout the ad and also makes for a premium cinematic feel. And finally, once our set was decorated, lit, and framed, we had to actually get the shot. In an ad like this one with 6 3 to 5 second shots, every little movement and every second counts. And in this 4.5-second shot, we tried dozens of takes and iterations of pulling the ball out of the basket, smiling, head shaking, and moving to the first piece of clothing to make sure that we got the perfect take that felt natural and also conveyed the energy and story that we were looking to capture. It takes a lot of work, a whole team, and a lot of creative problem solving to bring a shot like this to life and to execute on a vision. At the end of the day, our job as the production company is to predict, prepare for, and bring the expertise required to adapt to any and all variables that might come up on the day of a shoot. This video really only scratches the surface in terms of what goes into creating a shot like this, but hopefully it gives you a bit better of an idea of what it takes to pull something like this off. If you want to learn a bit more about what we do, or if you want to get in touch, visit our website at 365.ca.